Welcome to Adventures at SOAR, a series dedicated to ADHD, learning differences, and the great outdoors. I'm Liza Vincent, and today we're talking about life as a SOAR staff member with Jackson. So, the first question I have for you is if you could tell me a little bit about your background before you got involved with SOAR.
Yep. So I grew up in Hanover County, just right outside of Richmond, Virginia. And I grew up on a farm out there, living a very active and social lifestyle, I'd say. I grew up playing soccer and going on camping trips and occasionally whitewater rafting or kayaking, things like that. I was always used to work, from working on the farm and working multiple jobs. I worked in a restaurant as a dishwasher and then a cook. I worked for a come and go club. I worked with kids there after school. And then at the end of high school, it came to come to look for a college to go to. And I found Longwood University and decided that was perfect for me. And so that's in Farmville, Virginia. And I'm a senior now, wrapping things up. During Longwood, I found SOAR, and that's when I started working there.
Very nice. How did you get involved with SOAR? Like, how did you find it and when?
So last year, my junior year, I needed to do my first internship, one of two. And I was looking around for spots, and we had some people come in to class and talk about their previous internships. And I had someone mention SOAR because they had gone through the interview process and everything, but ended up just getting a little cold feet and not doing it. But I pulled him aside after he talked about that because I thought it was super interesting, this kind of adventure camp type of thing. It's a little different from the other agencies, and it sounded kind of right up my alley with the stuff that I like to do. And so after that conversation, I got in contact with Ryan Smith at SOAR and kind of just hit it off right there. Enjoyed those conversations and then started in the summer.
Oh, nice. Okay, so what role did you have? Like, what was your role as a staff member?
So I was an intern for the field staff out there. So I ran the canoe program that summer and did all four sessions there. And so I was field staff. So I had a group of up to 8 kids with my co-staff and lead them out there in the canoe program. And then this past winter break, I went out to the Christmas in the Keys trip, which was awesome. And I was also field staff out there for that week.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah, I've seen both those programs. They look super fun, so I'm kind of jealous.
Absolutely are. Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you say SOAR sort of helped you grow as a person?
I think it's helped me grow in a lot of ways. So it has a very hectic schedule. We're always go, go, go. And so I really had to try to improve my organization skills because I not only had to take care of my stuff and my belongings, but also now I have all these kids that need to help them take care of their things. So getting organized was a big thing that I had to get used to quick.
Mhm.
And also just growing as a professional with working with kids and with families. I think it boosted my experience of being professional out in the field over the summer and this past trip. And SOAR has a very great support from staff, and everybody is helping each other out. Everybody knows what goes on and what we go through to be able to give these kids the best possible trip they can have. And so everybody's very supportive of each other, and that just kind of helped teach me that that's the environment that I want to be in too. When it comes to work, is a place where everybody wants to help everybody out and grow together. And I think that that has helped me grow by me wanting to apply that to other places in my life and other things that I'm involved in.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm like a big proponent of like you can learn from any experience. Like I've had a ton of odd jobs over the years too, and like every single one has helped me in every single other job, if that makes sense. All the skills sort of build on each other. So I totally get that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, yeah. Is that sort of one of the biggest challenges you said you faced was organizational skills, or were there other things that were kind of hard for you as a staff member?
There was that. I'm not terribly disorganized, but I definitely realized I needed to be more once that started. And then I think another probably more difficult part was getting the hard skills down of like camping out in the back country and doing all the things we need to do to keep us safe and make the trip as successful as possible. As I said, I have camped and have a little experience and stuff before when I was growing up, but not a whole lot. So I had to get used to learning all this information about tying knots and using and backcountry burners and stuff like that. But I also really enjoy it. So um, it's hard, but it's a great time.
Yeah, no, definitely. So did SOAR like did they train you for that? How did that work? Is it like a training period that you went through?
Yes, at the beginning of the summer before the core sessions start, there was a 2 week period of training where they go over hard skills, soft skills, policies, everything that we'll need to be doing. And each training, it's pretty intense because there's a lot of things that we need to take care of throughout the summer with all the different operational stuff going of all the different programs and then having you're all kids and everybody's different. And there's just so much that goes into it. So they take a good amount of time to train all the staff to be as competent as possible with what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, nice. What did you say has been one of your favorite SOAR memories so far?
The keys were awesome, but with more time in the summer, I think overall at the end of each backcountry portion of each trip, the kids just getting to the end of the 14 miles in our canoe program on Lake Fontana was just awesome every time. Just so rewarding for the kids and us of what we accomplished and everything. I had a group at one point over the summer, and there was this little cove area that we would camp at one night when we were going down the lake. And so we got there early and we had some downtime before we were going to start cooking dinner and getting set up with camp and everything. And so the kids decided that they wanted to use the canoes, just right in the canoe area out there. And they found a giant piece of trash, a big styrofoam block in the water out there. And so they all decided to hop on it and treat it like a ship. And they were paddling this giant piece of styrofoam around the lake. And it was really funny, really cool.
Oh, that's really cute. So before coming to SOAR, did you have any personal or professional connection to ADHD, or was it like something that was totally new to you that you kind of had to learn as you went?
Yeah. So I don't have a diagnosis of ADHD, but I experience a lot of the symptoms of it. I have throughout my schooling and throughout my life. And I do believe I probably have a certain level of it. So when I work with these kids, it feels like we kind of more of an understanding of each other. I kind of get some of the things that they're going through. And as a therapeutic recreation major at Longwood, I work with people of all sorts of learning disabilities, physical disabilities, and different things. And so ADHD is one of the things that I've researched and stuff. So I had some knowledge going into this camp about what goes on with it a little bit and how to work with people with this diagnosis.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was younger. And my sin has definitely gotten a lot better as I've gotten older, which I know is sort of a thing. But I will say a lot of my friends are similar to you where they have symptoms, or like a lot of them, I'm like, you definitely have ADHD. Like you were just never diagnosed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I feel like a lot more people can relate even if they aren't diagnosed. So I
Yeah.
totally get that. Were there any efforts that the camp put in to make sure the activities and programs were inclusive for all kids, even those with learning disorders?
Yes, I think SOAR does a very good job with that. First of all, with the staff, they have a great process reaching out to people and finding the right candidates for this job, not only with the people who have skills, the hard skills of backcountry camping and hiking and all that, but for people who truly care about what we do here and about trying to help these kids grow and battle whatever they're going through and help them get through whatever they need. And so, yeah, SOAR does a great job of finding these people to do that. And not only that, but then matching up the right people with the right kids too, based on their skills and what's best for the outcome of the group
Mm.
and for them.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I know for me, like as a kid, even just like being outside, like I did a ton of camps like SOAR and like just being outside and like doing all those activities was so like helpful and just being in nature and everything was really good for like calming me down and like getting me focused and everything. So I think even just the experience alone for me was really cool. So
Yeah, I think the outdoors are some of the best medicine
mhm.
for almost anything.
No, agreed for sure. So what were some of the sort of challenges that you saw kids facing at SOAR?
Yeah, I think a lot of the kids think that people don't understand them. I think that's a big case with a lot of us out there. And so they're confused on why people look at them differently. Why is it weird that I do these things? Or, I'm hyper all the time, or I say weird things and stuff. And then they're sometimes not considered normal. And so I think they come to this camp to see what that's all about. Just them trying to be understood, I think, is the biggest thing that I've noticed.
Yeah, and I'm sure it helps being with kids that are pretty similar too and sort of have some of the same issues. I feel like that would be make a really big difference.
Exactly. And the staff too that they hire. It all helps.
Yeah, no, for sure. What is maybe some advice that you have for potential campers or parents that are looking to see if SOAR is the right fit for them?
I would try your best to not let fear get in the way. Try to encourage your kids to come as much as possible because it is a great experience and we're all trying to grow together. And I know anxiety and fear and things come into factor when going to a overnight camp, especially this type of one where we do so many things and some of the programs last longer than others. But just encourage to get out of your comfort zone and encourage your kids to get out of their comfort zones and come try it out. And also overpack. I would say overpack.
Really?
'Cause, yeah,
It's always the opposite, I feel like.
yeah, with camping and stuff, you want to pack less. But the thing is, if you don't have the right stuff, then that can cause problems out in the field. But
Mm,
you can come to camp overpacked with all your stuff, and then you can make sure you have your stuff and not bring everything with you once we go
yeah.
on the backcountry, you know.
Interesting.
Like
That's like
bring
good to
enough pants, bring enough shirts.
No, I totally get it. The last staff member I talked to though sort of talked about confidence. That was the thing that she said was really challenging for kids because they come in and they're super, like they have a lot of anxiety and they're timid and scared and just have zero confidence. And she said it was really cool because by the time they left, they were all like super confident in their abilities and had like changed a lot. So I
Yeah,
feel like you're saying pretty much the same things.
yeah. No, it's great. I've seen some amazing things through these kids from beginning to end of sessions.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, that is really fun. So sort of the last wrap-up question I have for you is just sort of what you're doing now. I know you said you're a senior. Maybe if you have any plans after graduation.
Yeah, so this is my last semester, so I should be graduating in May. And then technically I still have another internship to do.
Oh, cool.
So my next steps right now are going out to Wyoming this summer, most likely for SOAR, and going to work a program out there. And then looking for my next internship to happen in the fall. And yeah, after that, we'll see what happens.